Do you know the number one way to force an error from your opponent? Well, you're about to find out. Hello, it's Ryan from 2minutetennis.net, and in this video, I'm going to show you with a simple drill how you can go out and practice the number one way to force an error from your opponent, which just so happens to be hitting the ball deep. Let me ask you something. If I asked you, how do you control depth? How do you get the ball to land deep near the baseline or maybe short in the service box? What would your answer be? Would it be, hit more or less topspin? Would it be hit the ball faster or slower? The number one way to control the depth of your shot is actually to alter the height you aim over the net. So let me ask you another question. What percentage of the time when you hit a ball do you aim to a specific height over the net? It should be 100%. 100% of the time when you're hitting a forehand or a backhand or a serve, whatever it is, you should be controlling and aiming for a certain height over the net. What most people do when they move back and they want to hit the ball deep, they hit the ball really hard. And when they move forward and they want to keep the ball from going deep, they hit softer to make sure that the ball doesn't go out. Instead of varying the speed you hit the ball, vary the height you hit over the net. Really easy rule of thumb. When you move back, aim higher over the net. That ball landed nice and deep. And when you move forward, aim lower over the net. As you move back, aim higher. As you move forward, aim lower. Now, of course, there are exceptions to these rules, but you got to know the rule first before you can ever understand or apply any exception to those rules. So just get a hopper of balls. I just got some cones from the local hardware store, and just practice moving backward and aiming high and then coming back forward again. Moving back, aiming high, and then coming forward again. You can do it on the backhand. Move back, and then come in. And then you want to do it on the short ball. So feed yourself a short ball and aim low over the net. There we go, I hit that one over. When you move forward, you could almost say that the appropriate miss would be to hit the net, because at least you're trying to keep the ball low. When you're moving backward, you don't want to hit the net when you're moving backward, because you should be aiming high. So when you move backward, oh geez, that landed right on the baseline. Hold on. I got to actually hit this out. When you move back, the appropriate miss should be to actually hit it long. Yes, there are actually appropriate misses, right? If my kids are late to school in the morning because they were feeding the homeless, you know what? I could kind of accept that. It's like there's an appropriate way to make a mistake, right? Meaning being late to school would be the mistake, but heck, they were doing something really good, which caused it. There are better mistakes than others. See the difference? When you move back, aim higher to hit the ball deep. When you move forward, aim lower to keep the ball in and hit the ball deep. When you go out and play, vary the height you aim over your shots. This is an absolute game changer, honestly, when players move back. When you start getting them to understand that when you move back, and yes, there are situations you've got to move back. You can't just take every ball on the rise. That sounds great in theory, but it just doesn't happen. You have to be able to move back when you play tennis. And when you do and you aim super high, absolute game changer for the win-loss, outcome of a match for my students. So go out and practice moving back, aiming high to hit the ball deep, and moving in and hitting the ball low over the net to hit the ball deep in the court. And when you do, there's no doubt you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2minutetennis.net. You got this.